Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another YouTube video. All right, you guys. So I know that I had this live scheduled for 8 o'clock. However, I said, well, let me come on and talk to my people early. So your girl is back with another video. If you are listening to my beautiful voice and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on those post notifications. That way you'll be notified every single time I post. And don't worry, if you cannot catch me live, that is no problem at all. I know it's Sunday. I know y'all probably getting y'all Sunday dinner on. I know y'all probably getting ready for a busy work week. So if you cannot catch this live, that is no problem at all. It will always be up for replay. All right, you guys. So thank you all for joining today. Hey, Hotissa Harris, thank you for joining. So today we're going to talk about Strong Mommy Chrissy and the crazy things that she just had going on. So we are going to talk about that and get into it. Like I said, I don't want to keep you all too long because I know it's Sunday. Hey, OC girl, hey. But yeah, I know that it's Sunday and I don't want to keep y'all too long because I know y'all got a busy week starting tomorrow. So let's jump right into it. So my girl Strong Mommy Chrissy has a stalker, y'all. She has a stalker. She had to go live, honey. She had to give words to the people. She had to go off. And so we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it and we're going to get into it and give some perspective. Now, like I said, I have always watched Strong Mommy Chrissy on and off. However, I don't watch the mommy channels religiously. So that's why I really don't commentate on them often because I don't watch them enough to kind of really know every single thing that goes on. Also, I don't really get into the whole talking about what someone does every day in their life. Most of the time, I just report on the hot topics that everyone has a perspective on, usually that someone is getting attacked for. And I just come in and give my perspective and try to be the voice of reason. So, as we all know, a little bit of background, Strong Mommy Chrissy recently moved, right? She recently moved, and when she moved, it struck a whole conversation. A lot of speculation started because it was kind of abrupt, right? It was kind of out of nowhere. And on top of that, there was information surfacing that her fiance had been arrested. She appeared to have something going on. Hey D, thank you for joining. Hey D. But yeah, she had, came on to her platform with the chipped tooth. A lot had been going on. So people were just speculating and trying, and they were kind of basically trying to put out the narrative that she had to move because of a domestic violence situation with her and her man, right? Yes, OC girl, the whole situation is very disturbing because this is my thing, and I'm gonna get into it in a moment. So pretty much, like I said, everyone was running a frenzy trying to figure out the backstory on the move. And here's the thing with that, right? I understand, wanting to know what your favorite vlogger has going on. I understand when people have breakups or problems in their relationship, it can be kind of interesting, especially when you've been following people and following their storyline. So I'm not shaming people for wanting to know what happened and why she had to move so abrupt. However, when do people have to understand that we don't know these people? Like, when do people have to understand that it's okay to be invested in your favorite vlogger? It's okay to be somewhat invested, but at some point it just becomes a little bit weird. So, like I said, that has been the thing going on with Strong Mommy Chrissy. Everybody been trying to figure out why she moved. Was it because of domestic violence situation? Is she still with her man? Did she get evicted? All of that. And I will say, Strong Mommy Chrissy has had a rocky past. She has had an eviction in the future. She has been known for moving a lot. So, like I said, I'm not shaming people for their speculations. But here's where everything took a crazy turn. So, apparently, people on Lipstick Alley are so invested in trying to figure out what is going on with her and her move and her man and her domestic violence situation or whatever, that they have been behind the scenes. Hey Rudy, hey. But yeah, they have been behind the scenes trying to play private eye investigator, okay? And I guess, and this is just from me catching up on YouTube, so forgive me if I'm leaving something out, but pretty much people were leaking pictures of the old home that she just moved from. And people were in the comments, talking about how they had seen, the boyfriend walking the kids to school. Everyone was kind of, just being really weird on Lipstick Alley, just having this whole thread talking about, the daily interactions of Chrissy and her man at their old home and what they were doing and how it looks and when the car there and what it's not. It just was a whole bunch of weird stuff going on, right? And so, with that being said, more reactors, I guess they started talking about the situation. Strong Mommy Chrissy did call out Fran from Love Lies and Lace Fronts, and because she reposted the information and the pictures that were on Lipstick Alley. And so it was just a whole lot of going on. So then we see Strong Mommy Chrissy. She goes live and she's livid because apparently someone has, I guess, broken the screen or broken to the home and allegedly taken pictures of her home and has been snooping around. And that, I will say, is absolutely scary. Hey, CC's Life. Hey, thank you for joining. That's scary to me. Pretty much she was very frantic. She was very upset because, it's one thing to want to know the tea on your favorite uh mommy channel or wanting to keep up with these people's lives, right? Social media has given people the access to, want to know more about people and being people business, pretty much. And so I understand that, but I don't understand people's obsession with what's going on with Chrissy at this very moment. Like, I don't understand what is their obsession with her in this move and what happened with her and her boyfriend. Let's see. It says people are too damn invested. Right. Like, it becomes a point where you have to ask yourself, how is this going to benefit me? So let me just give my breakdown on the whole situation. Like I said, I'm sorry if I left something out. I try to give the Cliff Notes version because I can get real long-winded. But you all, there are plenty of videos out about it. Because like I said, Chrissy went live, I think it was yesterday or so. She was very upset. She said people broke into her house. They took pictures of her items. They have been watching her and her children, and it's very sick. So let me just give my perspective on, her being upset with people reposting it over here on YouTube. Yes, she has every right, and we're gonna get into that. Just as Chrissy has every right to be pissed, she does. Hey, Lady Devereaux. Hey. But yeah, so here's what I think about the people coming over on YouTube and I went and reposting it and talking about it. Here's the thing. I understand when some tea is hot. Hey, I'm so cold. Hey, thank you for joining. Check out her channel, y'all. She has another good channel, y'all, with some good content on it for my people that keep up with Latrice. So thank you for joining, girl. Hey, first baby mama. It says Fran had no business putting her address out, period. I don't give a dang if she lived there or not. Okay. And so I'm going to get into it. Here's what I feel about Fran reposting the information. Hey, Darlene Brown. I understand when you doing this commentary thing and the tea comes piping hot and you want to be the one to talk about it and all this, that, the third, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I understand that. And Fran's thing was, well, Chrissy told us she moved. Chrissy, was telling us that she moved. So I was under the impression that she didn't live there anymore. Chrissy, this, she pretty much in so many words from me watching her video, pretty much in so many words, she said that, she did take it down once she realized that Chrissy was still living there. But the only reason why she had reposted it was because she thought Chrissy moved, and Chrissy is not new to this. She should be true to this. She knows that people are going to be invested in her moving situation. This is not her first time being doxxed. And she pretty much just said that Chrissy doxed herself by confirming whatever. And yes, right, OC. Yeah, OC speaking the truth, honey. Hey, Mariah. Hey. So here's what I think about that. That's absolute bull. It's bull. And this is not to bash a lady friend because I don't know much about her. I don't watch her channel religiously or whatever. And I'm not trying to put down people for commentating or wanting to be in the business of reporting the tea. But at sometimes you have to have some, I'm not even going to say have morals. I'm not going to say that the lady doesn't have morals. But you have to stop, and before you respond to things or put things out there into the atmosphere, you have to really look at what you're about to put out there. If this is something that could potentially put someone in danger or lead somewhere to someone to some person's address, regardless of whether you are speculating whether they live there or not, what value does it add to the conversation? It says, so busy trying to embarrass her for being evicted. If she was evicted, that's even more sad. The woman, exactly. And and us, like I said, I don't know much about Lady Friend, so I'm not gonna, try to put her down for doing what she do, because I'm not trying to knock anybody for what they do. But my thing is this: at the end of the day, she should not have to come on here and tell people their every move. This is exactly why she probably did not want to tell people exactly when she moved or how she was moving. Why do y'all feel like this lady y'all a explanation for what's going on in behind the scenes of her personal life? If she come on here and she decide to speak on it, she decide to speak on it. If she don't decide to speak on it, she just don't. No, I don't like when people take this commentary thing to the whole researching people information and prying into people business and looking into people addresses. Like that to me gets very weird. And I had to realize when coming onto the internet, let's see. It says Chrissy was so upset. Yeah, and I cannot blame her. And with doing this internet thing, I understand that sometimes people personal information get exposed. Hell, my personal information got exposed, right? And it wasn't nothing that wasn't already out there or things that I haven't already talked about before, so I really didn't care. But with that being said, there's just levels and boundaries to this that people just need to understand they should not be crossing. It says friends wouldn't have had to take it down if she would have never put it up. You know dang well someone screen recorded it. Exactly. Like, and that is my thing. It's kind of like people just have this entitlement to other people's personal lives. This is how I feel about the whole doxing situation. It says friends had to notice the address before putting it on her platform, because as a reactor, she was supposed to check these things out before showing. Exactly. Like this, I just don't get it. And like I said, being new to the internet, I understand that sometimes people personal information get exposed. Okay, I understand that sometimes people be behind the scenes trolling and they have to get exposed. I understand that sometimes people be arguing back and forth and somebody put out somebody information, so in retaliation somebody come back and so I kind of get that, even though me personally, I don't have the time or the patience to look up nobody information. I don't, if I don't know you in real life, I'm not digging up information on you trying to expose it, period. You know what I'm saying? But with this internet thing, sometimes people get exposed. Sometimes people's real name get exposed. Sometimes what people work at get exposed. All of that, those things get exposed. And I guess that's just a tool that people use on the internet when they're going back and forth. And in some cases, like I said, when it's trolls bullying people and harassing people, when they get exposed, okay, I understand that. But this lady was seriously just living her life, trying to get her shit together for her and her children, trying to move her and her children to a new location. What does her address or where she was staying at or what was happening at her old residence, what does that have to do with anything? What it was is y'all just hate to see people elevate. Y'all hate to see people elevate but still go through real life things. That's the same thing that has to, like how they do Keisha. Y'all hate that this girl come on this camera and she has evolved and has gotten her life together in some aspect, so y'all was praying on her downfall. Y'all wanted her to still be that same strong mommy Chrissy that was crying in the car a couple years ago getting evicted. Y'all wanted that same storyline to be so true, right? That's why y'all are so invested in this. Y'all are waiting for another eviction story because it feeds y'all obsession, I guess. I don't know. Let's get into some comments. It says, even if she had already moved, it is still in her neighborhood. These weird people will still look. Exactly. It says, if you were in the business of exposing, exactly. Like, I can understand like the trolls who get exposed and get the information put out there because you're out here harming someone else. So I understand that. So that's why I say I'm not gonna just totally shame people for exposing information, because sometimes it's necessary if you're fighting against a bully or internet troll. That I understand. But in this situation, it's like with Strong Mommy Chrissy, this girl literally is just minding her business. Minding her business, not bothering anyone. She's not an internet troll out here picking at people and trying to put people information out and talking about people kids and trying to call people jobs. Those are the people that deserve to get exposed, right? But a mother of 9 children just trying to move her children into a new place peacefully, why are we talking about her address? You all want her to be evicted so bad. And that's what I was just saying. The internet hates to see people who seem like they have turned over a new leaf and who don't let their personal trauma defeat them. They still win in the midst of their personal trauma. They hate to see those type of people prosper, right? Like I said, people like Strong Mommy Chrissy. Society doesn't want her to be great. Society says if you have 9 kids, you ain't gonna be nothing. Society says if you have 9 kids and different baby daddies, you shouldn't be able to have a big beautiful house. You shouldn't be able to afford to feed them. You shouldn't be able to afford to clothe them, right? Because people are so miserable, they put this narrative on Black women like they can't do anything other than just be miserable just because they had a lot of kids, right? So people want her to be so down and out, and they get frustrated with her because she doesn't come on here pitiful and sad and miserable because she's a mother with 9 children. She comes on here and she shows us elevation. She comes on here and she showed us how to bounce back. She comes on here and she shows us that I don't care if I got 9 children. Guess what? I can still live in me a big old house. I can still get up and slay every day. My kids still can be looking nice and neat. I'm still holding it down. And people hate that. That's what I feel like. And that's why I feel like people were so stuck on this storyline of her being evicted and her being abused by her boyfriend. Yeah, I mean, they want the "I told you so" moment so bad. Like they really want to have something on her. People love to see people down, and it's weird. Like that's why I feel like, I'm not trying to say that Strong Mommy Chrissy is perfect and she doesn't have problems. Hell, she got 9 kids. I'm pretty sure her life is filled with dysfunction and chaos to a certain extent, right? I got 1 child and I have chaos sometimes, right? So I'm not saying that Strong Mommy Chrissy is perfect and she does no wrong. But I feel like because she had such a rocky start, and because at one point she was on the internet being vulnerable and expressing her problems and her frustration, people wanted her to stay stuck in that space forever. And that's not right. It says her children's safety should have been more important than whatever T friend thought she was spilling. Right, because even if it was an old address, she clearly mentioned that it's in the same school zone. So even if you put out an old area she used to live in, people are so nosy on the internet, they can literally try to trace from the old address to where she is now to look up neighborhoods that are in that school zone. Like she said, now they know where her children go to school, all of that. That's not fair for her to have to sit up here and put everybody in her business just so that she can move peacefully without people stalking her. It's like y'all are mad because she didn't give y'all a play-by-play of what happened with her and her ex-boyfriend, or why she had to move so abruptly, because she didn't come on here and just flat out tell y'all what happened or tell y'all the response that you all wanted to hear. Well, let's go look it up and let's go see what she really got going on. Like, that's when you know you're too deep in. That's when you know that you're too deeply invested. When you go prying for information, that's when you know that you're too deep into this commentary thing. It's one thing to have the tea kind of come across and you look over it, and some stuff, if it's something got to do with somebody's address, leaking somebody's information, we're not putting that in my video. We're just not doing that, because what value does it add to the conversation? Why does it matter? Honestly. It says they want everyone that's doing good to be not. Exactly. Like, her moving from one place to another really is not why are people worried about that? Even if she did get evicted. Okay. Like, she won't be the first person to be evicted and she wouldn't be the last. But it's so funny because you all were literally rooting for this eviction storyline, and then you got slapped in your face because she actually is ending her lease the correct way. She actually is holding the lease at both places until the year is up so that she doesn't have to break a lease and have something go on her credit. So honestly, you all look even more dumb because by prying for the information, you still didn't get what you were looking for. It says her wish to spill the tea. Her rush to spill the tea clearly clouded her judgment. Fran was dead ass wrong. Yeah, yeah. It says the worst part to me was Fran not apologizing for her lapse in judgment. Yeah, because like I said, I understand that she probably didn't. I understand that she felt like, well, I was just trying to talk about something that my viewers were already invested in. But at the end of the day, there is a way that you can do everything, right? Sometimes you do have to touch on topics that may make somebody mad. But when it comes to people's personal information that is private outside of the internet, it's just something that if it's not warranted, if this person isn't out here attacking people or wronging people or trying to leak somebody else's information, I don't see where that would have came into play. Because what I don't understand what's the tea. What is the tea that everybody wants us to know so badly? I'm pretty sure strong, and this is the thing. You all make people not want to tell you all anything, because I'm pretty sure if everyone just relaxed and minded their business and stopped acting so crazy and like private investigators, I'm pretty sure these content creators wouldn't mind being transparent. They wouldn't mind being open. I'm pretty sure, back in the day, people used to do MTV Cribs. Back in the day, people used to do house tours, all of that. It was a known thing for people to get personal with their supporters. But in recent times, because people are so crazy and overly invested and want to go stalking someone else's life, that people don't even feel comfortable doing it anymore because you all do too much. I'm pretty sure the storyline would have came out about any troubles that is going on with her and her fiance, because honestly, that is the only tea I see from the situation. Her having to move, it's not tea. It's not, even though I guess it may go with the storyline of her and her man getting into it or whatever, but that's just it. The addresses and the pictures, that's what her home looked like. How does that go with the storyline of her and her boyfriend got into it? I just don't see how that even adds up. It says Fran is not going to apologize to Chrissy since she doesn't think it was wrong. I'm pretty sure she only took the video down because Chrissy caught right. And it's kind of like, and I was listening to her and she was like, well, Chrissy, you confirmed it. You shouldn't have confirmed it. No, she had to confirm it because people were literally hounding her. You all literally were sitting here prying and prying and prying. And so, why? What's basically, to me, it sounds like she should just shut up. Because from what Fran's video, the tone of that video to me said, you should just shut up and take whatever's going on and just sit back and not say nothing. And then you won't get the people coming for you and stalking you or whatever. No, she's human. Enough is enough. I'm pretty sure enough is going on behind the scenes in her personal life. Everyone can read between the lines. Clearly something happened with her and her man, right? It says Fran needs to stay her. I'm trying not to cuss y'all because honey, YouTube don't be playing. But Fran needs to stay her butt off of LSA. We all know that it's not a reliable source for information. Exactly. Like Lipstick Alley, and I've never even really indulged in Lipstick Alley, but just a little bit I have seen of it. It's clearly a gossip site filled full of miserable people who like to drag people. What information, what credible information are you getting from over there? It says, so if Chrissy was abused, there's shame. Exactly. Like, even if you all want to know what happened with her and her man, what is looking at pictures of her home, talking about the route that her boyfriend takes to drop the kids off, what cars be in the driveway? What does that have to do with anything? What does it have to do with the price of tea in China? I'm confused. Like I said, I'm not shaming people for wanting to know, because when you do follow people, you do get invested in their life. And if you see something kind of off, sometimes you can read people's energy and you kind of maybe want to know. And sometimes, it's only right that, people who are influencers kind of be a little bit transparent with their audience, but let people do that on their own time. You'll get the tea when you get the tea. If you never get the tea, if they never come out, if they never speak about the situation, then oh well. If Chrissy never reveals that anything was going on with her and her man, then oh well. It's okay. Like, I don't understand people's obsession with this. And I feel like people really, there are a lot of people who are genuinely happy for Chrissy that she's turned over a new leaf in her life, but there are those people that really are mad because they wanted her to have the same narrative as other mommy channels. They wanted her to be down and out, struggling, need cash outs for the kids, need GoFundMe's, need this, need that, and she gave us something different. She gave us like, no ma'am, I got my 9 kids, but guess what? We good over here. And people can't take that. And I can really resonate with that because even with me, a lot of times, because I don't come, and not even with just YouTube, but in real life as well, because I don't come across as a woe is me type of person, or because I come across as someone who is well put together and well versed, people mistake that for, oh, you think you better than somebody, or you think you all that, you must not have nothing going on, you probably faking the phone. And it's like, why do people think like that? Like, why do y'all want people to just be so down and out? Like, what's up with that? Why can't people have confidence? Why can't people be real? Why can't people be well versed? Why can't people know how to articulate their thoughts well? Chrissy understands how to do this YouTube thing. She understands that nobody ain't gonna want to see me on here with 9 kids struggling. That is not goals. That is not something that I'm gonna be putting out here for. Nobody don't want to see me on here with no soft sword on 9 kids. That's triggering. That's not positive, and that's not what I want to build my platform around. Let me switch it up for y'all. Let me give y'all some cooking. Let me give y'all some DIY projects. Let me give y'all some days with my kids. I'm going to give y'all a little personal content here and there, but I'm going to keep y'all as much out my business as much as possible because I still have to be sane when these camera goes off. That lady has 9 children. I don't know what people expect from her, what they want from her. I don't know why they think that she is obligated to come on here and give us a long, drawn out story about what happened. Even if something did happen with her and her ex-boyfriends, that is something that's traumatic. Why does she owe us an explanation? Maybe she's not ready to talk about it. Maybe she can't believe that it happened to her. If it did happen, I'm not sure if it even happened. But why is she like, people literally need to stop feeling so entitled to someone else's life. Like, this is not that serious. And for someone to risk their freedom and their safety going over there, breaking into her home, that is crazy. Like, people literally, what if you go snooping because you so obsessed with somebody on the internet and then you get popped? Trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because people could, you invading somebody's privacy. If that happened, now I'm not sure if somebody really broke in and all this, that, and the third, but if you are out here really going to look for a stranger on the internet to try to figure out what's going on in their lives, if you're willing to get in your car and drive to someone's address just because someone leaked it, then whatever is waiting on you on the other end of that door when you break into somebody's stuff or when you pull up at somebody's house, you deserve it. Because that's just crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Like, who is that invested? Even taking pictures of her front yard, her backyard, her side yard, and sending it to someone on the internet. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? It's not, it's like I said, it's one thing if she was a terrible person out here terrorizing people on the internet. But no, she's literally a mother of 9 kids trying to get her life together. Like, trying to, give us black girl magic with 9 kids. What's wrong with that? Like, what is wrong with that? Why are people so obsessed? And then you have some people that are on other people's reaction channels, and they're coming. There was like, well, the reason why is because Chrissy be lying. Like, that's pretty much what the lipstick lady said. The love lies. I'm talking about lipstick, love lies and lace front. The friend lady, she pretty much was like, you told us you left, but that's the sad part. She should not have to tell anybody anything. Like, people are upset with her about not being transparent with how she's moving. But why would she tell y'all when she moved? Why would she tell y'all every single move she make. Y'all already stalking her and y'all don't even know the full story. So why would she get on here and give you a play-by-play? Because if she tell you she at both residents still trying to get stuff moved out, that wasn't going to stop people from posting that old address. You think people's going to be like, oh, well, Chrissy said she moved, so we're not going to do. No, y'all was posting her old addresses that she was laying her head at. So that, to me, that was not a justification. We can't shift the blame on her because people are crazy and people are obsessed. Why are we not saying, look, you guys, I understand we want to know about Chrissy. I understand we want to know about her breakup. But Chrissy's over there minding her business. Chrissy over there trying to move. Chrissy over there trying to get her life together. Clearly, there's something going on. Clearly, it's something don't seem right. A lot of people are talking about her coming on with the mask or whatever, or her having a chip too, whatever. But guess what? We'll find out that tea in due time. But don't come sending me nobody pictures of their house, because you guys, that's not going to add any value to the storyline. It's not. It's not. Her being evicted does not add any value to the storyline. Like, if you are so obsessed, or if you want to know, did she get evicted? Ask yourself, what is her being evicted going to do for me? What is that going to do for me? Lady Devereaux says there was absolutely no purpose of friend and Sherry except for being low. Yeah, it was like, like I said, I don't know the friend lady, so I don't want to, try to put too much on her. But I'm like, I mean, why is this important? Even if she did get evicted, right? Y'all still don't know what's in her bank account. Y'all still don't know what she working with. We don't seen Chrissy move a lot of times, but guess one thing about it, them kids been fed, they've been clothed, and she been able to always secure her a nice home. And when she moves somewhere, baby, she do it big every time. Even when she got evicted last time. So she got evicted, but guess what? She bossed up and she moved into a nice home, and all her kids were happy. They had them a nice big old house in Texas, and they was living their best life. So, I mean, even if she did get evicted, so I mean, what is this going to do for you all? I don't understand. It says there needs to be okay, say it again, D, for the people in the back. I mean, people really need to sit down, and before you, and like I said, I have only been doing this thing for a short amount of time, right? So I'm not the commentary police, right? Hey, Glenna the Queen. Glenna Queen says exactly. I'm not the commentary police. I'm not trying to make people feel too bad, but I just feel like there used to be a time where people could, be invested somewhat in their favorite celebrities' live, have a little juicy conversation about the tea, but people knew how far to take it and how far not to take it. Literally, there was a time where people could go on MTV Cribs and show you the entire layout of their home, the outside, everything. And it's sad because now celebrities are forced to keep their lives private because people are crazy and people will literally try to come find them and do something to them. And now it's not just the big celebrities that we see on TV, the actors, the movie stars. It is the regular people who are regular like me and you. Like Chrissy said, why are y'all so worried about me? I am a mom. I never said I was a millionaire. Right. Right. Like, she never said she was a millionaire. She never said she was better than nobody. She is literally a mother with 9 children trying to get her life together, trying to keep it moving, trying to give us content, trying to give her, trying to do the best that she can. And she's been doing a good job so far. Why do y'all feel like she needs to tell us every single detail of her life? Like, it's just crazy. Yeah, she said, OC girl says, you said a mouthful, Lord, I miss it. Yes. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. People literally have no moral compass nowadays. They just feel like, well, they're public influencers, so nothing's off limits. Well, it don't matter. She put her life out there. And then when these people come screaming, cussing, and hollering a camera at y'all, when these people come clapping back at y'all, when these people start name dropping, when these people start attacking y'all verbally because they ticked off with y'all, Then y'all accuse them of, well, nobody's about to hold me to the fire. Nobody's about to attack me. But you all literally be gaslighting people. Y'all be gaslighting regular people. Like, nobody said Chrissy was God. Nobody said that Chrissy was perfect. Nobody said that she was the almighty God of the mummy sector. Nobody said that, you know? But you all literally just cannot let this narrative that you want to have of her go. Let it go. What you think don't matter. What I think, what you think, what nobody thinks doesn't matter about her, because guess what? She's God's child. He gonna make sure she's straight every time. We've seen her come on here, go through a divorce, go through an eviction, go through custody issues with one of her children's father, and we've seen her come back tenfold every time, and we've seen her life get better and better. You know, why are y'all so obsessed with keeping people at something they've evolved from? She's evolved from the eviction era part of her life. She's evolved from that. Let that go. Let that narrative go. She's not going back there. Apparently, let it go. It says it's all about the clicks and the views. Morality has clearly left the building. Exactly. It's like people literally will talk about people like a dog, will dog people out, will go digging up people's personal information, will literally go on Google trying to find out where people work at, what people do, where they address at, literally for no reason at all. And I'm not talking about the people who expose the trolls, because the trolls deserve to be exposed. The people who, talk about innocent kids, and the people who, who have been leaking people addresses, but hide behind avatars and verbally attacking people, and just talking about saying nasty stuff about children. The people who are being nasty and mean, but trying to hide who they are. Okay, I get it. I get those people getting exposed. But just a mom trying to move her kids, trying to just maneuver like anybody else. Why are we worried about where she living at? I just don't understand. I don't get it. She literally is minding her business, not bothering somebody. I could understand if she was in a back and forth with somebody and she leaking their information and she spilling all their tea. So in return, they do something. But that's not the case here. This lady literally moved to a location. It was abrupt. There were speculations of domestic violence. People are acting as if they cannot put two and two together and just move on. Like, sometimes people are not going to come on here and give all their business. And maybe they would if y'all would just give them time and leave them alone and mind your business. She's a content creator. I'm pretty sure she would love to open up to her audience about certain things, but she don't owe us all her business. Maybe she don't want to come on here and talk about what happened with her and her man. Maybe there's a lot of layers to the story and people are not going to understand, everything. And then maybe she does not want to defame him. Maybe we don't know what happened. Maybe if there was domestic violence, maybe she's traumatized by that and she doesn't want to relive that right now. Maybe her main focus is just moving into her new place and getting settled. Maybe she doesn't have the mental capacity to explain her entire life to a bunch of strangers right now. She doesn't have to. It's like everyone's saying, we get it. We understand she doesn't owe us anything, but then proceed to post pictures of the house and not. Like, if you understand that she doesn't owe us an explanation, then you wouldn't care to post any pictures of a current or old address, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't say that, okay, I understand that she doesn't owe us anything. I understand that. But then go post her information. Like, come on now. OC girl said it was abrupt in our eyes. She clearly had made the decision to move. Exactly. And that's what I was just about to say. And honestly, the only reason why it was abrupt for us is because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know every detail of her life. Maybe this move had nothing to do with her and her boyfriend. Maybe this had something to do with, her fiance. Maybe this had something just to do with her wanting to move, period. Like, we don't know. She first of all, she's renting. She's gonna move. You know what I'm saying? So people need to stop acting so shocked when she moves. She's renting a place. A lot of time renting is not long term, especially when you're renting a house. And she rents out large homes because she has a large family. A lot of times people want to sell those properties, and especially in this economy, you know what I'm saying? So, it was abrupt to us because we don't know her. We, because she didn't give us the heads up, but she doesn't owe us the heads up. And why are we looking for the heads up? You know what I'm saying? If she came on here and she moved, and then we noticed it was some rumblings about a fight between her and her man, and then she had something going on with her tooth, whatever it is, there's no need to pry because it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not something that needs to be making headliner news. First baby mom say, yeah, they go so far. They definitely do. Like, they definitely do. Like, I'm not, like I said, I understand wanting to give people the tea. I understand wanting to talk, when your audience is invested in a topic, having to talk about certain things, I totally get that. But it's like, as someone who controls what you're gonna put out there, it's kind of like, if it's not gonna add value to the conversation, I'm not about to do it. I'm not about to do it. I'm not about to go, even in my, like I said, in my small time being on YouTube, even if I've had to respond to something or whatever, like, if it's not adding value to the conversation, I'm not about to go into it. I'm not about to look up nobody's information. I don't care what this person, if this person hasn't maliciously done anything to me and I don't know them in real life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care to look up your information. I don't care to know what your address is. I don't care to know your real name. I don't really care because it's just the internet. I'm never gonna see it, and I'm never gonna see you in real life. So what's the deal? Renting is not long term. There may have been issues with house that she didn't disclose. Exactly. She doesn't owe anyone an explanation as to why. Exactly. Like, everybody should know this. When you are renting, especially renting a house, that is most definitely not long term. I know plenty of people who rent out houses and then one day their landlord just say, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm selling the property. So y'all need to figure out what y'all gonna do." Like, that happens every day. So you never know. And she'd already mentioned beforehand, before any of this happened, way back when, if you all are watching her, she'd already said that her landlord was thinking about selling. She had already said that she had plans to move. She already had said that she wanted to buy a house. Maybe she just wanted to downsize until, maybe this is what happened. Maybe she wanted to downsize to save money so that she can fix her credit to buy her a home. And maybe, that the owner of the house that she's in now, they wanted her to move in by a certain date to secure it. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it's not as deep as everyone's trying to make it seem. Like I said, when you have to go prying for information that's completely irrelevant on someone, ask yourself, am I, like we say where I'm from, am I too deep in the trenches? When I gotta go pulling up personal information about people that don't have nothing to do with nothing, that ain't adding no value to the conversation. The person who I'm pulling up this information on ain't out here harming nobody, ain't out here spewing hate. They ain't out here leaking my information. They ain't out here doing nothing to me. So why am I so invested in pulling up information on them? Oh no, you fine, girl. Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, it's one thing if somebody leaking your information and going in on you. And even then, I just don't have the energy to even, do that. But it's like, when you literally sitting at your computer trying to find out somebody's personal information, and this person ain't did nothing to you, they ain't harmed you, they ain't leaked your information, they ain't threatened you, they ain't did none of that. What is going through your head? What is going through your head? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. How is it going to help anybody to know if StrongMommy Chrissy got evicted? What value is that going to add to the YouTube conversation? What value is it going to add to know if her and her man really got into it or not? Like, what value is it adding to the conversation? If it doesn't really add much value to the conversation other than, oh, wow, that's interesting, then why are we prying? Why are we going digging it up? Like, what's really going on here? Rudy says, what she eat does not make them S. So why would anyone care? Exactly. Like, how is this going to affect me in my life? Before you go looking up somebody's information, ask yourself that question. What is this going to do for me at the end of the day? Nicole said, you're speaking facts. Thank you, Nicole. Exactly. Ask yourself, would you want it to be done to you? Exactly. Ask yourself, if you do YouTube and just because people don't like your content, or they just feel like you think you all that, ask yourself that just because people don't care for me on YouTube, would I then feel like it's okay for people to look up my personal information and put it out there? Keep in mind that I do YouTube. I'm not harming anybody. I'm not, I'm not trolling anybody. I'm not attacking anybody's children. I'm not leaking addresses. I'm not putting out people's personal information. I'm not hiding behind fake names, dogging people out. Like, I'm not doing none of that. All I'm just doing is my regular content that I do. And some people just don't like it. And so just because some people don't like it, they're going to go find information about me and put it out there. And I got children that lay their head at my residence. And, now I got to go get cameras. I got to be very careful about disclosing what city and state I live in. Like, just ask yourself, do you want that headache? Because I don't care what anybody says. Her being on this platform for years and having it done to her multiple times before, that's not an excuse to keep it going. Like, why are we not checking the people that's putting this information out this? What did the people who are putting this information out here, why are we not asking them? Hey, I'm curious. What did Chrissy do to you to have you putting information out about an address that she lived in, that she once resided at? And then people always, well, Chrissy, she's told so many different stories. It's not making sense that she's saying she moved, but she didn't, and she keeps coming on here with a mask on. It's just not making sense. But why does it have to make sense? If she's not gonna talk about it, she just not gonna talk about it. Beyonce didn't come over here and she did not clear up what happened with Becky and the good hair. She didn't give us a whole play-by-play. Some stories you're just not gonna know the whole story. You're not gonna know every little bit and piece, and it's okay. It's people saying that she is lying when someone clearly was taking pictures of her home from a hole in her fence, saying they would see exactly, and they're trying to make it seem like she's just exaggerating. This woman is literally flustered. You can literally see the frustration and you can see the agony in her face. I felt so sorry for her because it's like, I could not imagine having to really be careful about how I'm moving in and out of my home because people on the internet are stupid enough to try to come find me. Like, y'all don't think that y'all could get hurt behind stuff like that, doing things like y'all like, for the people who really are gonna put action behind it and go find these people, you all aren't afraid of what danger you could be putting yourself in. They were saying she was evicted, yet still has the keys to the home. Exactly. Still got her keys. She's disposing of all of her trash and all of her old furniture properly. She paid $500 for a disposal bin, something that a lot of people don't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's doing everything the right way behind the scenes. She could have easily put that in our face, because she could have easily been like, look, for all y'all said I got evicted, look, I'm not evicted. Here are my keys. I still got my keys. Here go the disposal. I'm cleaning out my old house. I'm leaving the right way. She could have did that and shut everybody down. But the fact that she didn't do that shows that she's really behind the scenes, minding her business, being humble. She don't owe y'all nothing. She could have easily shut y'all down weeks ago when y'all said she was getting evicted. Like, come on. If they don't like her, don't watch. Exactly. It's just clear as day. Because when you get to the point where you're nitpicking and you're getting angry because you can't know somebody's business, something wrong. And you can hear it in her voice. Yes, you can. That's why I dislike when creators do house tours, because the followers who don't know boundaries and live in your city is definitely going to know landmarks or pinpoint. Exactly. Like, it's sad because I'm like, dang, it's sad because YouTube used to be fun. Like, people used to give us the whole layout of their homes. People used to like show us their whole decorating process. And now people don't even feel comfortable doing that. Now, because people are so crazy and obsessed, they have literally eliminated one of the creative pieces of content people used to use on YouTube to, that used to engage people. I used to love watching house tours. I used to love watching the decorating, the redoing the rooms and stuff. But Now people are so weird that people can't even do that, because if they show y'all them remodeling their bedroom, y'all gonna try to look at out the window in the background and see a landmark, and then put they post a Zillow the next day on Lipstick Alley. Like, it's crazy. It says Chrissy was showing her too, so she wasn't bluffing. Knowing that people were going to screen record and take pictures, she was exactly. She was definitely upset and shaken up. Like, if this lady, she even said it. She was like, "I got things to do. Like, I'm trying to get my teeth fixed. I'm literally stopping things that I have to do to address you all, because you all are going too far." And then your response is, "Well, Chrissy, I mean, you confirmed it. You doxed herself." No, she didn't dox herself, because she didn't owe nobody nothing. It was hard to watch her. You could clearly see that she was traumatized by the whole situation. Exactly. And for people to think that this is an act, like, if she wanted the content, she would just get on here and tell us what happened with her and her boyfriend. If she wanted the views, then she could have just get on here and said, like I said, "Hey, haters, I got the keys to my old place still. Shut y'all down." Like, she could have been shut y'all down weeks ago. The fact that she didn't even think to come on here and do that means that she's really behind the scenes, really trying to grind and get it together. Like, why are y'all knocking her? Some people can't afford to maintain two places and dispose of their furniture properly and move. That has got to be hella expensive. And she's doing it in y'all face with 9 kids. But y'all think y'all doing something. Y'all think y'all ain't exposed to nothing other than the fact that y'all some haters. And she does have her life together, and she is doing things better, and she has elevated, period. Even if her and Roy had a situation go on, why would she need to come on here to clarify anything to anyone? Since when does a victim have to come on here and feed MF's information? Exactly. But let it be one of them. Because this is, let's just be fair. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not really in the business, because a lot of people like, do the reactions on the mommies. And even though I do love the mommies, they do give some good content to react off of at some times, but I'm just not in the business of watching somebody every day and picking apart their every move. Not saying that there's anything wrong with people who do reactions on the mommies, because a lot of times the reactions that I hear on the mommies, it's pretty solid. Like, a lot of people don't nitpick them. Some people just maybe give advice on certain topics or whatever. But with that being said, there are certain people who just feels like these mothers have to live their life a certain way, or they're just totally wrong and they deserve to be dragged. Like, no. Like I said, I always shout out my girl Tia Mart. She does good commentary on them. Like, she knows how to talk about some things that she may see or observe, and then kind of back off and move on. You know what I'm saying? But then you have other people who just take it too far. They get to, even when Chrissy in the whole, when she was first divorced and she was out here single, like, people out here paying people to link up with her on dating sites and all that. And this is alleged, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how true this is, but people out here trying to interview people who she slept with. Like, why are y'all so obsessed? Yeah, misery definitely loves company. Most definitely. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's like everyone's excuse is, well, she signed up for it, deal with it. It happened to you before, deal with it. Don't say nothing. You shouldn't have said nothing. You shouldn't have confirmed it. But it's like, how much do y'all expect her to take? Why can't y'all just find something else to talk about, or talk about something that's going to be value added, or just bring or talk about it in a way that doesn't involve leaking her personal information? It says Chrissy has come a long way. She has 9 kids. 9 kids. It's people overwhelmed and depressed with one child. And Chrissy got 9 and been doing the damn thing. And she don't sit down long. Exactly. One thing you can say about Chrissy, I don't care what nobody say. For her to have that many children, and a good bulk of the time she was doing it by herself before she was engaged, she know how to do the damn thing. Eviction or not, when she moves, she always get her a nice house. She always keeps it together. She know how to keep her kids out of the camera so that people are not, being weird to them. She doesn't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't get too personal. She knows how to kind of have some sort of a private life. She's really mastered the art of being a true content creator. And to do that with 9 children, and this is no shade to the other mommy channels. Sophia So says, friend is miserable. I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't know friend, but that is the vibes that one video was giving. It's like you're missing the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, she did not dox herself. Like anything that had to do with her address, just it shouldn't have been discussed anyway, because that whole, even if your audience wanted to know what was going on with the address or whatever, I mean, why are we pushing the narrative that it's okay to, talk about somewhere that someone wants to live? Like that don't have nothing to do with nothing. Like what value is that added to the conversation? It's okay to entertain people who were watching people walk in and out her house and watching people like when someone comes to you and they say, yeah, I live next door to her and her boyfriend walk to the store and he be buying bill and they go to school at this time and sometimes the car be there and sometimes it doesn't. Like when someone is coming to you telling you this information, instead of you thinking, oh yeah, I got some tea, I'll be thinking, why are you watching this lady? What's wrong with you? You ain't got nothing else to do? I'm confused. I am confused at why a neighbor would take, if this is, and if that's who it is, we don't know. But why someone would be watching? Why anyone who is sending any pictures where they have zoomed in on somebody's backyard, you're giving very much stalker vibes. I'm sorry. And so Nicole, that's why she calls herself Strong Mommy. She's a very strong young lady. She is very strong, like very. I know people with 5 kids that can't even keep it together. I know people with 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like 9 children, 8 of them live with you, and you're able to come on here and pump out content on 2 channels. You're able to keep your children, kind of private, let them have their own life. They don't have to be in front of the camera. We don't have to hear a sob story about what you can't afford. You out here grinding. You don't come on here begging, none of that. Man, come on, you doing the damn thing. You doing it. It says, I saw someone on here post Keisha address new home from the front to the back and the inside. My mouth dropped. Why do they do this when people have kids? This endangering their kids. Exactly. You know why, Nicole? Because people are sick. People literally are haters and they don't think they're a hater. But when you don't even care that someone's children are living at the address that you're about to leak, and you don't know the person has never done anything to you personally, the person has never crossed you personally, this is just a stranger that you watch on the internet. Come on now, something wrong with people. People are crazy, and people have normalized being overly obsessed and crazy because people love to be hateful. That fuels people's ego. Like, if I can make somebody else feel bad, that means that I got them, girl. Like, people on the internet, they have these alter egos, and what fuels it is their ability to put somebody down. Oh yeah, I told her, girl. I got on that keyboard and I got on my computer and I turned to that camera and I cussed her out, and oh, that felt good. Oh, I'm the GOAT. No, you're weird. You're weird. Period. I'm sorry. If somebody done made me mad, I might cuss them out. I might respond to them a couple times or clear something up or whatever. But after that, I'm not going back and forth. If I can't meet you in real life, if I can't get no straight in real life, I'm not going to get on the internet and look up your personal information and all this. That's too much. Too much. It says she's a boss in my book. When she moved across country in the middle of a pandemic, pregnant with 8 children by herself, girl, by okay. Because baby, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even know if I would have the strength to do that. I would have been somewhere on the side of the road breaking out crying. When I saw her do that video and she had all those 8 children packed up and they all were in the hotel, and she had did all the little girls' hair, and she had packed lunch for everyone, and she had them all up brushing their teeth, ready to get on the road. I was like, girl, that is amazing. Do you know how many people would be about to go crazy? Do you know how many people would have to give their kids up because they just couldn't handle it? And she's handling it. Like, literally staying in different Airbnbs, having to pay for an Airbnb every week until she gets her place for 9 people. Man, that's amazing. It says if someone put friend address out, she will lose. Exactly. Period. The same people that dox will be the same ones who call CPS on you. Right. Right, Nicole. Like, come on. I don't know what Harmony P said. Start out by finding a caretaker. What you talking about, Harmony P? I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, like Chrissy, like I'm not, and I think that people get irritated because a lot of times people do a lot of comparing her and Jazzy, and a lot of times people do feel like they give Chrissy an unfair praise on the platform because a lot of the reaction channels who used to kind of once give her a hard time, they are now praising her. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people feel like, well, if this was Jazzy, y'all wouldn't be saying this. If this was Jazzy, y'all wouldn't be. But no, I don't care who it is. Me personally, don't nobody deserve this. Nobody deserves this. If it was anybody else on this platform, nobody deserves to have to go spend money on security cameras and literally have to be strategic about telling people where they live. You know what I'm saying? Have to be worried because strangers who hate them know what school their child go to, like that. Like, and I think like the people who do this, like y'all must don't have kids. Like y'all just can't have kids, because there is no way that as a mom I can sit on here and put someone's information out and lead someone to where, to an area where someone may be, all because I don't like their content, or I don't like the way they come on YouTube looking, or I don't like the way they come on YouTube talking. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, I would never put somebody in a position to where their children could be in danger, or their children would have to go without them because I simply don't like their content. Like, it's that serious because you don't like someone's content. You got to go dig up their information. Like, it's just, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah, Harmony P, is you talking crazy, Harmony P? Because your comments are not making sense. I'm sorry. Thank you for joining, but I don't know what you're talking about. It says, and they will send their kids to attend. Yeah, Harmony P, I don't know what you talking about, but you talking a little crazy. I don't know. Now, don't get blocked. I don't know. But if you ain't talking crazy, I don't know. Just type a little clearer for me. You know, because I don't know. I'm just not understanding. But yeah, but so you guys, but yeah, that was crazy to me. That was crazy to me. I didn't understand it. Yeah, because Harmony, I don't know what Harmony talking about. If you ain't talking crazy, Harmony, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm misinterpreting what you're saying, but I don't know what you're saying. But yeah. So, but yeah, that was just crazy. That was crazy. I'm like, people, and then it's like, you all have got to stop justifying bull just for the tea. Like, the people, like I said, people did this, and I hate to bring Keisha up because we're not talking about her today, but people did the same thing to her. Like, you all love to justify people having bad things done to them just because they're not a likable person on social media, because they have a lot of people who don't like their content, or they have a lot of people who are already, not really too fond of them, that somehow they deserve to be put in harm's way. Like, it's never that serious. If someone is a content creator and you feel they're arrogant, or you feel they're not your cup of tea, or you feel like you can't support them because of yada yada yada, then just don't support them. You know, you can maybe join in on a conversation if somebody's giving criticism on them. That's fine too. But when you want to see someone be put in danger, when you want to see somebody scared because the information is out there, like, you're weird. You're weird. Let me put her information out here. That's going to teach her. Yeah. Like, no, weird. Weird. Say it with me. WEIRD. Weird. Like, I'm going to teach her. I'm going to go on Google. And I'm going to find, because I don't like her content. I'm gonna go on Google and I'm gonna find some information on here, and I'm gonna put it out here, and that'll teach her. No, it's weird. Okay, this lady ain't did nothing to y'all but lived her life. But but that's all I had to say about the situation. Like I said, I'm praying for Chrissy, girl. Just try to keep your head up, because it has to be hard, you know, being a content creator. That's why like I said, I don't know if I could ever really getting to doing social media full time, because it is a lot having people feeling like you owe them something every day. It is a lot getting up having to answer to other people every day about every single move you make. Like, I could not imagine having to wake up and roll over and explain, why me and my man got into it. Explain why I moved. Explain, can I afford to live where I live? Like, I just don't know if I could do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy to me. Rudy said, I lived across the street from Method Man. Oh, that is so cool. But yeah, I live across the street from Method Man. His child went to public school with my niece and nephew, and people would treat him like a normal person he is. The new trolls real, right? Like, there was once a time where people were normal. Like, people, and I feel like it's social media. Social media is a blessing, and it's a curse, because social media has given people the ability, when with live streaming and vlogging and all of that, and Instagram and Facebook and all these social media outlets, it has given us the ability to feel like we know people when we really don't. Like, it's given us a access to people at all times. And people don't understand that you don't deserve access to people all the time. Like, you are it's a privilege to have access to someone. You're not obligated to access of someone's business. Hey, Linda Johnson, thank you for joining. And yeah, and that's the thing. Like, social media is like I said, it's a blessing, because it has been given so many people an outlet to be sociable and to keep up with one another, and to bond with each other, and to make friends, and to make money and business connections. So it's a blessing, but then it's a curse, because people don't understand reality anymore. Like Rudy just said, back in the day, celebrities could literally show the whole world their home, and no one would invade their privacy. You may have had, hey, Blessing Alexander, hey, you know, you may have had people like stalking Michael Jackson or somebody. It was Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have tried to sneak up on Netherland too and see what it's looking like. But you had people kind of like trying to stalk Michael Jackson or Princess Diana. Like, you heard about things like that back in the day. But just the average person, like the average person who just makes a little money on YouTube or a little money on Instagram or whatever, like back in the day, like average people, just because they had a little clout, they didn't get stalked. Like, they didn't get people worrying about their every single move. Like, and it's crazy to me that people literally feel like they are obligated to know every single component of someone's life just because they put their life on social media for profit. And then people get upset when people don't want to come on here and tell them the whole story, and then they call them liar. But they call them a liar because they don't give you the play by play. So because she didn't give the play by play of when she moved, how she moved, what day she was leaving her old house, what day she gonna move into her new house, what was the reason why she moved, because she didn't give y'all the play by play, she a liar? Or is it just none of y'all business? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. Are these people really liars? Are they really deceptive? Or are they really deceptive? Or are they really manipulative? Or am I just too invested in their life? Am I just too invested? Ask yourself that. Because to me, people are too invested. When y'all, anyone out here who is upset because they don't know the real reason why Strong Mommy Chrissy had to move, you're too invested. Anybody out here who is upset because they don't know the real reason of what happened with her and her fiance, you're too invested. Anyone who is upset because she is upset because a resident where she once resided has been leaked and now has been broken into, you're too invested, and you need to do a mental check and take a social media break sometimes. Because these apps should not control you to the point where you feel like you have access to someone else 24/7. I don't even expect my best friends to tell me all their business. I don't even expect my best friends to tell me every single move they make. That's like your best friend calling you and saying, hey girl, I got a call today. and you get mad. Why didn't you tell me you was getting a car? Like that's how weird that sounds when y'all get upset with these people about not giving you all the play by play. Well, Chrissy lied. She said she hadn't moved. Maybe she wanted to throw y'all off to keep y'all out her business. Maybe see she said that she moved because her old address had already been put out there before, and she didn't want y'all stalking her and trying to comfort her knowing that she was moving. Maybe that's why she wasn't 100% transparent. Does she have to be 100% transparent? Or will you all not realize that this is just a job? This is just YouTube. This is just a content creation platform. People have the right to pick and choose what they're going to display. Period. It says people are upset and mad at Cardi B for suing Tasha K. They're saying she's a public figure. That's how delusional people are. People literally saying that Cardi B is a public figure, so she has no right to privacy. So you mean to tell me that just because you're a public figure, that means that the whole world deserves to know if you have a sexual disease or not? The whole world needs to know what's going on in between your legs because you are a public figure. That doesn't even make sense. When you're doing these things to these people, ask yourself what you wanted done to you. If someone who you didn't know put your address out there, you never done anything to them, never cursed them, never talked to them crazy, never did. Even if you did that, that's still not enough. But someone you've never done anything to, trying to put you and your kids in harm's way, would you want somebody doing that to you? Like, think about that, people. You know, for those out here who may listen to this or who may hear this, who may disagree, who may feel like StrongMommy Chrissy is a liar and she's not telling us something, does she have to? Does anybody have to? Like, reevaluate how much access you feel like you're obligated to. That is the topic of the day, or that's the theme of this conversation. Reevaluate how much access you feel like you're obligated to. I'm gonna say it one more time. Reevaluate how much access you feel you're obligated to. We're not obligated to anyone else's life but our own. Okay? We're not obligated to know if somebody they man got to fighting. It's none of our business. If they happen to share that information with us, then we have the right to have a conversation about it. We're not obligated to know why someone had to move. If she chooses to share and become transparent, then we're then given the right to maybe have a conversation and give our perspective. But no one should be prying and prodding. That when you start going to Google to research somebody's information, baby, you're too deep into the trenches. Let me clarify. When you start going to Google to research someone information who has done nothing to you, let me clarify. Someone who has done nothing to you, you too deep in the trenches. Period. And the sad part about it is these folks would never ever meet each other. Exactly. Never ever meet. Hey, Gilda. Gilda says, good evening, Nine, Niecy, Cutie, in chat. Hey, good evening. But right, Blessing. You're never going to meet these people in real life. That's another thing. If I can't see you in real life and get any straightening with you on any problem I have with you, then there's only so much I got to say on the internet. This internet stuff only could go so far from me. I'm not going to find your information. I'm not going to look you up. I'm not going to try to put two and two together to make 16. I'm not doing that. Because if we're on the internet, how much can we do to each other? There's only so much verbal attacking people can do. Like, come on now. You can dog somebody all day on the internet. Guess what? They still gonna get up the next day. They still gonna go to work. They still gonna make money. They still gonna raise their kids. They still gonna be blessed. Words can only go so far. Stop trying to bring people down with verbal attacks on the internet. Stop trying to do that. And now, if somebody have you messed up, yeah, cuss them out every time, you know? But then leave it at that. Stop trying to manipulate people by looking up people information and trying to put storylines together, and you're doing too much. It's just too much. You know? It's crazy, y'all. But yeah, prayers to my girl Chrissy. This one, I'm with you when you're right. How they said, I'm with you when you're right. And in this situation, Chrissy was right. She had every right to be upset. Everyone wants to diminish and downplay her feelings just because they was getting the tea. No, it don't work like that. These people who we talk about, they're still regular human beings. They still deserve to have a normal life that is at some point free of judgment in certain situations. Period. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk tonight, y'all. But thank you, seriously. Thank you all for your continued support. Thank you all for hanging in here with me and chatting with me tonight. And we're going to follow this story. And if something new happens, we will most definitely talk about it. But I will let you all get ready. It's almost 9 o'clock here where I am. So I'm about to get my child ready for bed. Honey, she had some braids in. So I got to take her braids out and get her bathed and lotioned up for school tomorrow. So I hope you all have an excellent night, and I will see you all in my next video. Love y'all.